Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel again. This is going to be different. Very, 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 very different. No bags, no pink stuff, no cutesy stuff. But I am outside in my yard and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous spring day. And I said, let me just jump on here right quick and share with some of those who may be interested. Um, I am um, excited in my journey for one, and I thought it would really be a good idea to actually talk about this because a lot of people do not talk about it, especially in the uh, realm of women. This is just going to be dialogue. That's all it's really going to be, and it's just going to be ABC abridged version and just touch on the subject. I received a book that one of my doctors actually gave me, and this is actually going to be about menopause and perimenopause because y'all know I often talk about me and my hot flashes. The struggle is real. The struggle is really real. But like I said, it's a subject when you talk about the change of life because, if we live on this earth, we will get older. And a lot of us don't even want to accept that. But, it is what it is. Life is life. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to actually be here. So, amongst being here, I'm going to take off my shoes, guys, because I'm outside. As I said, amongst being here, your body will go through changes. And a lot of it, a lot of times for women, it's not culpable. A lot of times they don't know what to expect. They don't know what to think. They don't know what to do because, when you're in your 20s, your teens and your 20s, you think your body's just going to be that way. If you live longer, if you live, my mom always say, just keep living, and if, the Lord allows you to live, like I said, your body's going to go through changes. But with that being said, it's going to be very, very transparent. See video. I am 58 years old, and I try to do everything I can do to take care of myself. So, in the midst of the change, I had to do some adapting. Um, as far as menopause goes, I really didn't know a whole lot about it. I experienced my changes as early as in my late 30s. I had already had my second child, and a lot of the changes that I went through, it really just kind of got me off guard. The major change was the night sweats. I don't experience those like I used to because I tell people when I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. But one of my uh, symptoms that I really struggle with and having issues with is falling asleep. Falling asleep is a problem. The night sweats is a problem. Not a problem. Sorry, take that back. The flashes is a problem. The menopause, the not the menopause. What am I saying? The night sweats. Backtrack. The hot flashes, and the fog, as you can see, brain fog. I have a lot of that because I'm like, what am I saying? What am I thinking? That's a big thing. Uh, the digestion has been some issues for me. So I had to retrain my body to learn and eat different kinds of food. That's been a problem. Some weight gain, not a lot. I don't go through depression or any kind of emotional or thing like that. I really don't go through any kind of emotional changes. But uh, those are pretty much the main things that I'm pretty much noticing. I had some issues where I had rashes and unexplained rashes, didn't know what that was coming from. Um, at some point, it felt like my digestion was off, and I did go to the doctor to address it. And the first thing that she asked was, she said, "Are you menopause or perimenopause?" And I'm like, "Yes." She said, "That's a big red flag right there." So, in lieu of that, I had to really, do some research, do some homework, do some reading, and that kind of thing to kind of find out what was going on or what changes to expect during this season of my life. Like I said, the subject is very, very taboo. I grew up at a home where a lot of my family members, especially my female family members, my aunts and aunties, they never talked about it. I just heard the change, so a lot of things they didn't experience that I am experiencing now. So that's was different. So I really think a lot of it had to do with the diet, and I think a lot of it is lined with your diet and that kind of thing, which can really you know make or break you, and especially make some changes in the positive when you're going through the season. So I'm just going to just kind of touch on like I have been, but I did receive this book right here, and it is a good book if you can find it. I think libraries do have it, but I actually found mine um, on Amazon, and it just touches base on some of the symptoms, and that's where I really wanted to know the symptoms of menopause, what to expect, and not all is associated with me or will be associated with you, but it's just good to know. But it's called the ABC of menopause, and I just kind of skim through and just kind of share what some symptoms that it does state. But it is a very, very thin book, but it's really, really informative to say the least. So I'll share with you the symptoms, and it starts right here, and it says some symptoms are, and like I said, everybody's different, and so you probably won't experience this, but those that are interested, can really just get some information out of this and just take what you want out of this video and apply it to you, and go from there. But some of the symptoms says heavy bleeding, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, brain fog, insomnia, as I stated, anger, mood. I really don't experience that. At least my family state that I don't have any problems with that. Thank God, because I try to be positive, and try to maintain a positive lifestyle. Depression, night sweats, incontinence, loss of bone. So there, especially as you get older, you want to increase your vitamin D. So yeah, that's really, really important. A lot of doctors will tell you that the older you get, it's good to drink your milk if you drink milk. 'Cause I can't drink straight milk, so I have to drink the lactose free kind of thing. So I do incorporate a multivitamin and make sure I do get my vitamin D and my vitamin B. And a lot of times, like I am now, when I have the time to take some me time, I sit out in the sun and really soak up that vitamin D, because that is really, really important. Very, very important to do that every once in a while. It's good for your mind, good for your heart, good for your soul. And I incorporate walking. Also, same thing, good for your mind, good for your heart, good for your soul, good for your well-being. So yeah, anytime that you can get out there and just do it for yourself, because I'm one of those kind of person. Anybody will tell you that know me. I am a woman that wears many hats, and I'm always doing for everybody else. So it's important, very, very important, to pull back and take time to do for yourself, and realize you can't say yes to everything for everybody all the time. That will drain you, that will pull you, that will really do a lot for your sanity. So you have to really pull back and really take time for yourself. So onward we go. Headaches, I have experienced that. That's really, really common, and a lot of these are common, really, really common for the symptoms. Body odor may change. I've experienced that. Bloating, definitely. Breast tenderness, can't relate to that. Dizziness, definitely. Electric shock sensation, I don't know anything about that. Joint pains, yes, 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 yes. And that goes back to being active, walking, getting your vitamins, because that helps with your skeletal muscular system as well. Oral problems, some of that, not necessarily. I continually, every 6 months, I go to the dentist, and if I notice anything, I will bring that up. But that can be a factor as well too. Allergies, definitely. Hair loss, haven't experienced that. Hair dryness, somewhat. Weight gain, yes. Seems like everything you eat goes right to the belly, so definitely. Panic attacks, not necessarily. Fatigue, yes. Lower libido, dizzy spells, definitely. Itchy skin, yes. Brittle nails, memory lapse, acid reflux, not necessarily, but has, like I said, I have had some issues where I have had some digestion symptoms. Restless legs, and I think a couple of more. And we're just looking at, what do we see? Heart palpitation, yes, because as you um, tend to have hot flashes, your heart is working harder. So you tend to have heart palpitation. That is very, very normal. Very, very normal. The only time I would really seek concern or have some concern if you feel like you just want to pass out, or if you experience that on a continual basis, yeah, you might want to, see somebody about that. But every once in a while, it's really common to have heart palpitation. Sensitive teeth, yes. Dry eyes, breathlessness, sore breath, vertigo, digestive issues, tense muscles, facial hair, bad breath, weight loss, dry mouth, and bleeding gums. And these are just the a few of the symptoms, classic symptoms that you may have with menopause. So there again, if you can get your hand on this book, please do. For those that are experiencing it, and have a concern about menopause, because it is life changing, and but it is common. And just know you're not alone, and you can get through it. And you have to just take one day at a time, one symptom at a time, and just know you'll be okay on the other side of it. How long it lasts, I don't know. But there again, we're all in this together. So I just wanted to tap in and just touch on this, because like I said, it is not talked about, but it needs to be talked about because it is a part of your life. So with that being said, I hope you guys have really got something out of it. So if you have any questions or concern or need any information about this book, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. So take care, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye, guys.